Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I would like to talk about fear of abandonment. So what is fear of abandonment? So fear of abandonment is the strong, deep-seated belief that the bond we have with another person will be severed, that it will be broken, that we will be left, that we will be cheated on, that we will be abandoned in some way. So where does the fear of abandonment stem from? So it's quite understandable that people who have experienced some type of loss or abandonment in their childhood or in their past will have this fear. However, if you haven't experienced such type of loss or abandonment and you still feel this fear very strongly, you may be wondering, where is it coming from? So it's important to note that the fear of abandonment doesn't only stem from these, actual big loss such as death of a parent or parents' divorce. It can also stem from emotional abandonment of our needs. So maybe your parents have been so preoccupied with their career, they have been so preoccupied with making a living and providing for the family. They couldn't give you the attention and love you needed. Or maybe your mother was depressed. Maybe she experienced a postnatal depression and she couldn't attend to your needs. And to clarify the physical abandonment, it doesn't only have to be that your parent has died or your parents divorced and one of the parent has to leave. It can also be that you or your mother had to be hospitalized in your early days, months or years. Or maybe your mother has to return to work early and you were placed to daycare and you have experienced, you have felt emotionally and even physically abandoned. So how does the fear of abandonment plays in your adult years? It can play in different ways. For different people experience and cope with this fear in different ways. They use different coping mechanisms. Some people are very aware of their fear of abandonment because they are paralyzed by this anxiety and fear, as I said, that their partners will cheat on them, that they will break up with them, that they will abandon them in some way. So they may spend their whole days and even their whole lives being very hypervigilant to any change in their partner's mood. So for example, when their partner returns from work and there is a slight change in their mood or behavior, maybe they don't want to talk, the person with abandonment issues perceive this as abandonment, they may straight away go into a panic that their partner doesn't love them, that they are definitely contemplating breaking up with them. So it's really this preoccupation with their partner's whereabouts and actions, what they are doing, with who they are talking. If their partner doesn't return their calls or doesn't reply their messages, they go straight away into this panic that something is going on and, I may be abandoned. For other people, on the other hand, it can play in a very different way. So some people can avoid intimacy and relationship altogether in order to cope with this fear. So they too are terrified of abandonment, even though they would rarely ever admit that to themselves. They highly value their independence, they highly value their self-sufficiency. They are really preoccupied with other stuff and activities. They may be pretty much in their work, they can be workaholics, they may be working out in gym very hard, they can be very preoccupied with some type of hobby or activity, yeah, or they can use different, like uh, compulsive behavior to distract themselves from, from their emotions. It could be drinking, it can be smoking, it could be playing video games. There are different ways how people cope with this fear of abandonment. People with abandonment issues are often codependent, they are people pleasers, they avoid conflict at all costs. So, what we can do to heal from this strong fear of abandonment. So, step number one, and I would say the most important step, to acknowledge that you have experienced abandonment in your childhood or in your past. And this can be tricky because if we didn't experience that big loss, such a loss of a parent or parent's divorce, we may feel very guilty for criticizing our parent. We may feel guilty for judging them, or we may feel guilty that we are being ungrateful for everything that they have done for us. And that's understandable. I don't say, form a grudges towards your parents. This is just the acknowledgement that we have felt that way in the past, even though our parents did their best. And it could be also essential to identify a specific time or moment in your past where you have felt this abandonment the most. Yeah. Step number 2 is connect with your inner child. We all have this younger version of ourselves in our psyche, stored somewhere inside, with all the experiences and memories, with all that experiences, negative or positive, that has happened to us when we were younger. And if you have experienced abandonment, your inner child can feel scared. They can feel hurt, and every time something triggers them, it can make us act in an really inappropriate ways, in a ways not appropriate for our age. Sometimes we can be shocked, by our own reactions, by our own, reactions to even, a slightest triggers. So, how to connect with your inner child? First of all, I would like to mention, if you have experienced some kind of, significant trauma in your childhood, I would really advise you to do this kind of emotional work with your therapist, with somebody who can support you. So, connecting with your inner child can be done through visualizations, through meditation. Yeah, it's about closing your eyes and really connecting, visualizing your inner child, visualizing yourself in your younger years, So, really close your eyes and see, like, what is the environment like? What are you wearing? What's your hairstyle? Yeah, what are you sensing? What is around you? Once you connect with your inner child, ask them what troubles them. Ask them what hurts them, what is heavy, on their heart. And then comfort them, tell them that you are for them, that you are there for them, that they doesn't have to be scared, that you will always be there for them, So this is step number 2. Step number 3 is learn how to be alone. Because people who have experienced abandonment, they struggle to be alone. They avoid being alone as much as they can. So they may be always accompanied by someone, or they always have to be on phone with somebody. They always have to feel connected with people, like silence and being alone feels terrifying. But it's very important. This is, even though I mentioned acknowledging the abandonment is the most important step, I think this one is even more important, because once you get to know your true self, once you find what are your passions, once you find what really makes you fulfilled and satisfied, you are, creating some identity for yourself. You are, you are getting stronger in yourself. And then, even though you are experiencing some triggers in your daily life, you can cope with them much better, because you know who you are. You know that you will be fine with who you are and with your life, even though you will experience abandonment. So really, if you struggle to be alone at your home, in silence, then you can start by, venturing outside by yourself, going for a walk, spending time in nature, go for hikes. Just make sure that you are being by yourself alone, that you are being alone, and that you don't distract yourself by your phone, watching TV, or, some different or some type of compulsive behavior. And the last step is self-care. And self-care, we hear a lot about self-care, but it's really important for people who have experienced abandonment to, treat themselves kindly. So really find different ways how you can show up for yourself, nurture yourself. Go for a massage, take a break when you know that you are tired. Have some fun, really identify what your needs are, because we all have a need for freedom, a need for fun, a need for, power or achievement, a need for, for love and connections. So really identify your needs and make sure that you are always attending to your needs, because in the past or in your childhood, most likely your needs were abandoned. And now you have an opportunity to kind of rewire your brain, to know that you will be cared for, that you can, care for yourself, because you are an adult. So this was a brief description of what fear of abandonment is, how it plays out in our life, and what we can do to support our healing. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you have received some important information that can help you on your healing journey. If you did, please make sure to like, share, comment, or subscribe to my channel if you would like to support me and if you would like to receive more videos like this. So thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best on your healing journey. Bye!